Hello students, we are on first class of class 11th economics. So here in this class we discuss about what is the meaning of economics, why we study the economics. So the basic thing before study the economics, that is why this is in our syllabus. So the basic thing, the economics means to say study of money. Like if I try to clear you the concept, that is economics, that the Hindi word of this is Arth Shastri. Clear? The Arth, that means money, and the Shastra, that means study. Clear? So basically this is the study of money. Clear? And why we have to study this? Why this is in our syllabus? That is, accounts is in our syllabus, that because we have to prepare P&L, balance sheet, we have to calculate our profit and loss, we have to prepare the budget, we have to manage the money. So that is why accounts is in our syllabus. Business studies, because when we discuss about the P&L and profit loss, budget. So which profit and loss for which belongs? So it belongs to business. So that is why we study business. But why economics? So the economics is a study of money, is to like for example, if in your future, if you start study of CA, CS, MBA or business, in all of these things you have to manage your money, either your money or your client's money. So in this studies, in this economic, we are study about the how efficient utilization of money, how efficient utilization of the limited resources. Clear? For more, I give an example to you, that is, if I have two employees X and Y, clear? I will give 100 rupees to both of them, and X purchase 10 commodities in 100 rupees and Y purchase 11 commodity of the same quality, same quantity of same quality of 11 commodity. Clear? So that is why if I have option to choose one of them, then I choose Y, because he uses my resources as best utilization, as efficient utilization of resources. That is why in economics we study how the money generate, how the money manage, and how we try to efficient utilization of our limited resources. Clear? So this is the basic thing of economics, that is, we study in this how to study the money, study of money, in regard which we study how we generate the money, how we use the money, how circulate the money. So all about the start of money. So the basic thing, hope you clear the meaning of economics. Before we study further about the economics, we also understand the key elements. Clear? We also understand the key elements, like first of all, goods. What is mean by goods? So goods are all tangible things, which can be touch, which can be feel, which can be purchase. So that is if this pen is a tangible thing, I can see it, I can feel it, I can touch it. So this is a goods. So goods are those tangible assets, those tangible things which we can see, which we can touch. Okay. Same as it is, the next terminology of economics Keyword is services. So services are like here is tangible asset, we are in intangible asset in services. Services we can't see, we can't touch, but we can feel, we can use that services. So like I'm teaching, like lawyer give us services, like CA give us consultancy services, like doctor give us consultancy services, any other field in which you give your services, you give your information to another for potential users. So these are the services. What we consider here, we consider the key terminology which we are used in our chapter. Clear? We are on first chapter of economics, that is microeconomics. The first chapter of microeconomics is introduction of economics and problem of central problem of economics which we discuss later. So first here we are on the basic terminology. Clear? So these first one is goods, next one is services, and the next one is individual. What is individual? Individual, like me, like you, the decision making unit is known as individual. Who take decision about the where he want to sell, he want to purchase, where he want to spend his money, his limited income. So the decision making unit here we consider as individual. Clear? Fourth one. So these are the terminology, good, service and individual, and the fourth we discuss with the notes. So these are our notes. Clear? Economics means study of money. The fourth one is resources. So I give you example. The fourth one is resources. What are the resources? For everything which we want to produce, which we want to purchase, which we want to sell, in anything we need resources. And what kind of resources? Like maybe in a tangible form, in an intangible form. Like here resources means to say we are study of money. So here the study of money, the money are the resources. Clear? We use our money in a best use. So these are the resources. Clear? So we, without wasting our time, we consider it with the notes. So this is your first, that is study of money. Economics means study of money. Clear? Goods, physical tangible objects used to satisfy people's wants and need. Satisfy people wants and needs, and these are the tangible. Clear? Next one, services, which captures the intangible satisfaction. Clear? Satisfaction देगा, correct है, but intangible form, which we can't see, which we can't touch. Okay? So individual, we mean an individual decision making unit. Clear? Resources, goods and services which are used to produce other goods and services. Goods and services which are used to produce goods and services, other goods and services. Like if I'm a business woman, or I have a business, so raw material, land, labor, capital, and all these things with the help of I produced, then these are the resources. These are considered as resources of mine, like money, capital, land, labor, capital, raw material, etc. These all are your resources. Hope you understand the keywords. These are generally the keywords which we use frequently in our chapter. So I clear it now. Okay? So we are on next. So why we study about the economics? Because we very well know that the resources are limited. Clear? And the options are in alternative uses. Suppose your father give you 100 rupees. Clear? Then your 100 rupees have multiple option. You purchase a book, maybe you purchase a book, maybe you phone get recharge, or there is a lot of options of expenses. But if he gives you hall ticket or a cinema ticket, then this is the single use to watch a movie, to go and watch a movie. So what I am trying to say that if the thing is very small, first thing, the thing is very small, there are very little resources, limited resources, and if they have multiple uses, then the question arises for best utilization of resources. If the resources are limited, that's okay, and they have a single use, then we use them in that particular use. But here the use are in very multiple options. So here we are, each individual can use their resources to fulfill needs. Okay, my father have an income, your father have an income, I have an income, and income have some budget. Okay, your fathers have monthly budget, like some amount in your fees, some amount in your groceries, some amount for bills, multiple bills, maybe electricity bills, gas bills, etc. So try to fulfill their needs, or for their resources earning they have to work. Okay, for example, the family farm can produce corn, use part of the produce for consumption purpose, and procure clothing, housing and various services in exchange for the rest of the produce. What this para is trying to say is that if a farmer produce 100% of corn, then 30% he retain that. Why he retain? Because of his consumption, his family's consumption. Rest of the 70% he go to the market and sell it and earn money, and in money he exchange the housing, clothing and extra services. Okay. Similarly, the teacher can earn some money by teaching a student in the school and use the money for obtaining the goods and services that she or he wants. What we are trying to say? We are trying to say that every person have to work, clear? Have to do the work. Why? Because earning his livelihood, for earning his family's livelihood, for sustain its family. So every person have to work, clear? First one, that resources, why he earning the resources? To fulfill his needs and wants, clear? In first we give the example of tangible, like he produce corn. In the second one we give example of services. Okay. So, but as we know that there is a limited resources, the word is limited resources, clear? Compared to their needs, needs are unlimited. As we fulfill one need, then the arise of second need. Okay, or we can say wants are unlimited. So we can't fulfill all wants, like when you receive your money, clear, your pocket money. So in your pocket money you think already the multiple expenses, that if अगर मुझे आज पैसा मिला तो मैं आज यहाँ खर्च करूँगा, यहाँ खर्च करूँगा, यहाँ खर्च करूँगा. But when you actually receive the money and you think that the money is very small, the money is very limited, so you have to manage your expenses according to your resources. Clear? If a person wants more and better education for the children, this is the best example. Okay, so this is the best example. If a person wants more and better education for the children, it may have to give up some of the luxuries of life. Your father, my father gave up lots of luxurious life, lots of the amusements, etc., enjoyments for our studies, for our well futures. So that is why if they are unlimited resources, then they they don't want to compromise. But here we have to compromise with our resources because our resources are limited. Okay. The same is the case with all other individuals in society. Everyone faces a scarcity of resources and therefore has to use the limited resources in the best possible way to fulfill her needs. Clear? Okay. Next one. for example, clear? For example, the total amount of corn produced, what we are doing here, we are doing the base, we are create a foundation, the basis, clear? We are create the foundation, the basis, why the problem, central problem, the topic is the main topic which we come later, so which we come on later, so we are create the foundation, the basis, clear? The central problem of economy, the topic is central problem of economy, why the problem of economy is arise, clear? But why we call central problem, clear? So central, that means every country, every citizen is faced by this problem. So we give the examples like every person have a limited resources and he have to manage its resources with its want, clear? Same as it is when we add this number of people, then they become the country, and we are able to say that this is the problem of center. This is not a problem of a person. This is not a problem of single person, single household, single company, single individual state. This is the problem of whole country or maybe the nations, clear? We are discuss it later. So for example, the total amount of corn produced by a family along with other farming units in a society must match the total amount of corn that people in the society collectively want to consume. What it trying to say? It trying to say that अगर मैंने कुछ प्रोड्यूस किया सपोज, क्लियर, बट वो प्रोड्यूस के लिए मैंने जितने भी रिसोर्सेज लगाए विच आर द लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज एंड प्रोड्यूस द 100%, क्लियर? Suppose here I produce corn or wheat, whatever. So if corn is produced 100%, but my family needs and collectively society needs only 80%, then the 20% resources are waste, which are involved in other productive uses, which can be involved in other productive user. The simple example of this, like आप कोई चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हैं, क्लियर? तो चैप्टर इज़ वेरी इजी बट आपका ध्यान नहीं लग रहा है, क्लियर? वो चैप्टर ऐसा था कि अगर आप उसे अच्छे से पढ़ते तो वो 1 आवर में कंप्लीट हो जाता, बट आप 2, 3, 4 आवर उसको लेके बैठे रहे, क्लियर? दैट मीन्स योर the wastage of time is 3 hours. 1 hour is sufficient for that chapter, but here you give 4 hours of the chapter. So 3 hours is the productive time which you used in other chapter, clear? Same as it is the farming unit, if produced 100% of their resources, using their resources particular thing, but if society needs a limited amount of that, then the resources, the extra resources are wastage on them, clear? If people in the society do not want as much as corn as the farming units are capable of producing collectively, a part of the resources of these units could have been used in the production of some other or goods or services which is in high demand. Now this 20% resources can use to produce cloth, can use to produce wheat, can use to produce etc., which is in demand also. So now वो 20% अब बिका नहीं, सेल नहीं हुआ, और 20% रखा भी रह गया और आपका रिसोर्सेज भी चला गया, क्लियर? Just as the resources of an individual are scarce, the word is scarce, that means very small amount. The resources are of the society are also scarce. We don't consider a particular person, we consider the society, we consider the state, we consider the nation, clear? So likewise my resources are scarce, your resources is also scarce, likewise country's resources is also scarce to fulfill the country's demand, clear? In comparison to what the people in the society might collectively want to have. The scarce resources of the society have to be allocated properly in the production of different goods. The general point that is being, this is very important point, clear? The general point that is being made here about the compatibility, the word is compatibility of production and consumption. We have to compatibility, we know the compatibility between production and consumption. If you produce more, but there is no consumption, there is a little consumption compared to your production, there is a small consumption compared to your production, then the extra resources you produce, then by using the resources, the extra amount you produce, it goes wastage. Clear? So, we need to find out the compatibility between production and consumption of goods and services whole. Clear? Next, allocation of resources. That is why here the problem of allocation is arise. What is allocation? Like if I have 100 rupees, if I have 100 rupees and I just waste my 80 rupees on particular thing which only use 50 rupees. So, the 30 rupees are extra payment by me, which is not useful. Clear? So, the problem of allocation, like what is problem of allocation? Allocation like हम कितना particular sector, particular demand में कितना resource expense करें, कितना हम amount spend करें. That is problem of allocation. This is our next topic, that is problem of allocation of resources. Allocation of the resources, we mean how much of which resources is devoted to the production of each of the goods. But this is also, the answer of this question, that how much we devoted a particular production is known by the forecasting demand, forecasting the datas, like इतना इस पिछले साल डिमांड किया गया था तो इस साल इतना डिमांड होगा. Clear? So these are the forecasting techniques which we study in next chapters. In later chapter we already give like demand, law of demand. These are the syllabus. Okay. So this is the only the theory chapter. First chapter is only the theory. Otherwise we are on a conceptual basis study. Clear? So allocation of the resources, we mean how much of which resources is devoted to the production of each of the goods and services. Clear? The allocation of the limited resources and the distribution of the final mix of goods and services are of two basic economic problems faced by society and by every economy. Clear? The problem is how we use our best our resources is the one of the central problem of economy. So now we are, before reading with the notes, we are a quick short view of the problem of economy, like why we call the central problem of economy, because these are not a problem of a particular person, these are the problem of whole of the nation. Clear? Not only our nation, every nation faces these three problems. First of all, the problem is what to produce. Second one is how to produce. The third one is for whom to produce. Please mark your attention here because this is your direct question in your exam. Clear? What are the central problem of economics? So we are just on keynotes. Clear? We discuss it detail in our notes, but this is your keynotes which you prepare, which you might be prepared for your exam. Clear? What to produce? So there are basically problem what to produce क्या बनाए, that is every nation faces the problem that first We produce consumer good for consumption purpose, or we produce capital goods for further production. Like in respect of India, the economics evolved in many of the years before, but here if we consider it in respect of 1940s, 1947, 1950, in respect of them, so what are the actual problems faces by India? So there is a British government, clear, we just got a freedom, clear. So after freedom we have to decide our limited resources, our nation, how we use, clear. So first, what to produce? So if I produce consumer goods for a normal people, for a poor, for a rich, for consumer goods are for all purpose, all peoples. Same as it is if we have produced capital goods for industries, because now India is a backward country, so we have to produce capital goods, machines, so that we further produce and our growth rate are increase. So this is the basic problem. Or we produce arms good, because now recently that means we are considered the time of 1950s, okay. So recently the British government ruled India. So if there is a maybe there is a chance that some other country attack on India or otherwise. So there is a problem to what to produce. These are the small category, what to produce, these are all, but I will just give you a view to see that what the problem of countries actually faces, clear. Same as it is for how to produce. This have further our nation have two choices. First one with the capital intensive technique. What is capital intensive technique? By using machines, by using more machines to produce the goods. So how we produce the goods? So either by the labor, either by the machines. So this is the capital intensive technique. And the second one is labor intensive technique. As labor, we why we consider this method? Because India have huge population, or there is a lots of unemployment. So there is a two methods available how to produce, by either by the capital intensive or by the labor intensive, clear. For whom to produce? Same as it is, for whom to produce, we may produce for consumer section. Here we have three choices, either we produce rich people, poor people, or middle class. Like rich people luxurious goods, or like poor people the inferior quality goods, so they want they may purchase in their purchasing power, clear. Same as it is, we may say that if here whom to produce, like we may produce for producer sector. So these are their basic three problems of central problem of economy. Why we are called center? We already discussed it, that this is not a problem of particular person. Every nation faces the problem, like they have a limited resources. Hope you remember the time of 1991, clear. 1991 क्या हुआ था? So 1991, in what happened? 1991 LPG policy is introduced. What is LPG policy? That is liberalization, privatization and globalization. Liberalization, like the rules for producing for business are being liberal, clear. Same as it is privatization, some sectors which are already always reserved for the government are open for private sector also, so that is known privatization. Globalization, India being an open economy in 1991, that we are export import or we are globally connected, so that is globalization. Why India took this decision? In 1991 there is a finance minister. there was a finance minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. Clear? He is very well educated person in economist. Clear? He is PhD in economics. So he took the decision because India faces the crisis, economic crisis, finance crisis. India have only reserve, financial reserve for 2 weeks. हमारे पास सिर्फ 2 हफ्ते का 2 वीक्स का रिजर्व बचा हुआ था एक्सपेंसेस के लिए. अगर हम ये डिसीजन नहीं लेते तो इंडिया इकोनॉमी बीइंग कोलैप्स्ड. क्लियर? सो दैट मीन्स there is a problem of central problem of economy and every nation have to take decision about what to produce. Clear? For its limited resources. That and why they are limited resources, why these problem are arise, what is the reason that central problem of economy arise. That means if your exam if you are in your exam, if examiner asked in exam asked that why central problem of economy arise. So the reason is, first of all, we have limited resources. Clear? And the second one, alternative uses of that resources. Uses of that resources. If you have a 300 rupees and you are in a fair, so in fair you might be for enjoyment you eat something, you purchase something, but if 300 in spite of 300 you give a ticket of something, then you use that ticket in particular use. But here is the money, and money have multiple uses. What I am trying to say that if first of all their thing is very limited, and the limited thing is very large option, very large area to spend. Clear? So India have, or the nations have these 3 problems, that is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Okay, let me consider. Every society has to face scarcity of resources. Clear? And it is the scarcity of resources that give rise to the problem of choice. Clear? अगर हमारे पास बहुत सारे होते, if we have enough money, clear, then the problem is not arise, because we have a sufficient money to spend all the things on all the things, but we have limited money. Clear? So every society has to decide on how to use its scarce resources. There is a basic 3 problem: what is produced and in what quantity, how are these goods produced, and for whom are these goods produced. That is what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Clear? So that is your first problem, what is produced and in what quantity. They have the multiple question like what kind of nature of goods we produced, services, in what quantity we produce. Society has to decide what goods to be produced and what quantity of these goods should be produced. It has to decide how much of consumption goods, how much of capital goods to be produced. Further, we just draw like this. There are 2 problems, like we produce consumer goods or we produce the capital goods, and the second one, in what quantity. Clear? So the next problem is how are these goods produced. So there are basically 2 techniques of production. First one is labor intensive and next one is capital intensive technique. Every economy has to decide on how much of which of the resources to use in the production of each of the different goods and services. A society has 2 techniques, Labor intensive, I already said, with the use of labor, and capital intensive with the use of machines. Choice between techniques depends on price of factor. If labor are available on cheap cost, then we use labor intensive. Availability of factor, if machines and if labors in which we have available both. If we available both, then we use partly, and if we use partially, and if we use if the machines are available easily, then we use machines. So there are two factors on which we decide, either we use labor intensive technique or we use capital intensive technique. Clear? Society has to choose those techniques that make best use of resources. Labor intensive technique raises greater employment and promotes social justice. So in our next next part of this chapter, we discuss how the countries solve these problems. Clear? So next one is, for whom are these goods produced? For whom are these goods produced? Same as it is, if we produce for consumer sector, we produce for rich section, poor section, middle class, we produce for producer sector, investment for investment like. Who gets how much of the goods that are produced in the economy? How should the produce of the economy be distributed among the individual in the economy? Economy has to decide whether produce for richer section who consume more luxurious goods, like luxurious goods have profit margin, more profit margin. So for increasing GDP, we have to produce we want to produce luxurious good, but we have limited resources, so we have to balance the wants, or to produce basic consumer goods or capital. This is the basic, here is comma, or capital goods for producers. Thus every economy faces the problem of allocating the resources, scarce resources. I just use the word of scarce resources. When you give answer of something, then this is your answer. Clear? The for whom to produce, if the examiner asked about, write short note on for whom to produce. So this is your answer. So highlight those words which you think that this is the important. So here is scarce resources to the production of different possible goods and services, and of distributing the produced goods and services among the individuals within the economy. Clear? So here the allocation of scarce resources and the distribution of the final goods and services are the central problem of every economy, of any economy. Clear? What we discussed today. So we discussed about the meaning of economics. The meaning of economics is study of money. Why we study? Because in every field, either we choose CA, CS, MBA, business, in every field we have a limited resources and we have to use those resources in an efficient manner. So economic teaches us like how we use our resources, limited resources, in our best use. Clear? Now we take examples of farming goods, of teacher teaches. So every person earns something for its livelihood and spend on its unlimited wants in a best way. So we need to understand the compatibility between production and consumption. Okay. Next one, we discuss why these problems arise, because first of all we have a limited resources, and the second one, the limited resources have multiple option to spend or their alternative uses possible. Clear? Now what is the problem of central problem of economic? There are three problems: what to produce, in what quantity, how to produce, and for whom to produce. What to produce, we may produce for consumer goods or capital goods. Clear? In what quantity, like nature, goods and services, etc. we consider in the topic. And the next one is how to produce. We have two techniques, labor intensive, capital intensive, which is based on two factors also. The two factors are price factor and availability of factor. Next one, the whom to produce. Whom to produce are the problem of allocation. Clear? So if I choose to produce producer sector, though I used my allocation of resources, that I use my resources on that particular sector. Clear? So this is the basically problem of allocation. So for whom to produce, either we produce for consumer goods, either we produce for richer section, the luxurious goods which have more profit margin. For growth of India, for growth of any nation, it is very very important. Same as it is, we may produce for producer sector as a capital goods, machines, etc. So these are the basic 3 problems. In our next chapter, we discuss about the solution of 3 basic problem and types of economy. Clear? There are different nations. Clear? So they have a different nature. So according to their nature, we classify types of economy, that particular nation adopt which type of economy. Clear? And if there are particular kind of economy, and what kind of economy, how they solve these problems. Clear? So we meet in our next class. Thank you.